Hey up, and welcome to Corey's Corner. So I'm trying something a little bit different today. I threw this idea around about a month ago of recording in little segments instead of in one long video, and I'm going to try that. So it is 2:45 now, 2:45 a.m. It's very, very late or early, I guess, depending on how you look at it. And I just got back from going out not on the town, not out for drinks or anything like that, but I just got back from the store because I was pretty hungry. I basically, over the past week or so, I've had just a complete, not a breakdown, but I've just been so burnt out with just everything. I don't know. I haven't even done anything productive really, but I just mentally, I've just not been in the, I don't know. I haven't had a breakdown, but I've been my mood has been much lower than usual. Like, nothing specifically bad has happened. Nothing at all, really. In fact, as weeks go, it's been a pretty decent week. I've got some good work done. I've been playing games. I've been fine, but my mood has been very low. I don't know why. I'm just burnt out. And so I kind of decided I need to take a few days off and just be in my room. I mean, I don't really leave my room anyway, but I just need to not worry about anything. I'm always thinking about YouTube and making videos and my audience and stuff and what I can do next, and even other things like schoolwork and all this kind of stuff. And in my eyes, if something is worth doing, it's worth doing well. So I want to think about these things, but I need to kind of realize that it's okay to not do something perfectly. You can just do your best, and it will burn you out. Planning every little thing out to the tiniest detail, to perfection, it doesn't work, first of all, because you can't do that, and that you don't need to do that. It's okay to, I'm not saying I wouldn't want someone to take this out of context, but it's okay to be mediocre in some things. What I mean is, it's okay to just kind of be on autopilot. You don't need to get washing the dishes down to a precise art, you know what I mean? And that's what I need to tell myself, and that's why I'm just taking 5 over the next few days, rest and recuperate, so to speak. I just get stressed with videos, and I try and upload every Monday, and it's I haven't been doing that so well recently. And my second channel, which is something that's a more, quote unquote proper endeavor, I guess, compared to this channel doesn't really take any work. It's just me talking about my feelings, and I can't even hit a deadline on this channel, so what hope in hell do I have on the second one? But that actually requires me to do research and writing and stuff, and I'm working on that video. It will be out. I'm not going to try, I said the once a month thing as a New Year's resolution, as a way to kickstart myself into that, but it's not something I'm probably going to be sticking to. But I also just need to get videos out, and I can't be a perfectionist. I say, a video is never going to be perfect. I'm not, to be honest, I'm never really happy with a video that I put out on this channel, on the main channel. So I gotta put stuff out. I just gotta upload videos, just kick them out the door at a certain date. But I mean, I just need to do it as well. And when you're burnt out, when you get burnt out, when you get sick, I would always advise people, just take a day off. Really drop everything if you can. Because people make fun of it. They call it the man flu, right? People call it the man flu, and they're like, oh, men, they get a tiny little thing wrong with them, and they're just down. The thing is, I would rather be sick for a day a little bit, just stay in bed all day, not doing anything, and be back to work to normal the next day. I don't mean physically back at a job necessarily, but back to being productive and normal the next day, versus what I guess women do, I don't know, is just push through it, and they're like, oh, I'm sick, but I still got to keep working. I don't know what work women are even doing, but and they make themselves sicker. You've got to take some time off, for mental and physical health, which are really the thing is, mental and physical health in my eyes are very closely related, which is why I talk so much about being lonely. It's it ruins your life. People say, oh, just push on, just do other things. It's it's not that simple, because being mentally unhealthy, it makes you more susceptible to being physically unhealthy. I mean, it's true, it's provably true. And if you just think about it, it just makes sense. Sometimes there can be nothing wrong with you, and because of your mental health, you become sicker. I mean, people talk about dying of a broken heart. I mean, that's kind of a real thing. Anyway, I went on a long tangent, which is fine. I mean, that's kind of what this whole channel is about. Yeah, point being, to basically all this to say, I went out to get some food because it's 2 a.m. not many places are open, so I gotta go. I don't have like food. That's another thing as well. I've started ordering food. Like I've been doing this for a while actually. Ordering it online, and then it comes to my door, and I don't have to interact with anyone. And that's like fine, but there are a few problems with it. One of which is like I'm trying to save money. Like I'm trying really hard to do that, and it costs the exact same, except you also pay a delivery fee. Now, depending on, I mean, there are different countries, different retailers, it might be different. I'm just saying this is how it works from the place that I order from. And before I started doing it, I did all the online shopping and stuff and compared all the prices to find the cheapest one. You can call me a Jew if you like, but I mean, I'm a college student. I mean, I can't be affording to pay for, any money-saving techniques. I will use them. And the thing is, I found this cheap one, and you only pay a £1.50, which is like what, $2 if that, like a $2 fee for having it delivered. And like I would have said before, like $2 to not have to interact with anyone basically except the delivery driver, which is like, I mean, they're getting paid, they're not going to be mean to you. Because a big influencing thing in me deciding to do this is some incidents I had. Like I went to the store, some guy was like laughing at me. I talked about this already. Some guy was laughing at me for the shoes I was wearing, and he like started filming me and crap. And then another time I went out to the store and I came back, this is when I was in my hometown, like over Christmas, and some guy like drove past and like flipped me off out of his car window for some reason, like literally no reason at all. And these interactions, they do happen to me. I mean, it sounds like crazy, but I just like this. And I know not everyone is like this, but enough people are like it. I mean, it happened to me twice in the space of like a week, and it's like that's the only time I really go out, so why would I do that? And then I started to order online, and obviously the delivery driver isn't going to do any of that crap to me, right? So yeah, so that's, I mean, it all seems like a good thing, it seems like something you'd like to do, but there are a few issues, like I said. One of them is that the food, like, when you go to the store and you buy this food, you can see the date that stuff goes off, especially like meat. Like you can see like it goes off on this day, and you can reach oftentimes to the back of the shelf. This is a little tip if you don't know this. You can reach to the back of the shelf and it has longer dates, so you can get stuff to last longer. And obviously you can't do that with online shopping. Like they just get the stuff for you, and I get food in and I have to eat it basically the same day or it's going to go off. And that's that's a big deal, because like I order once a week. You need to spend like a minimum amount of money. I can't say that. A minimum amount of money on the online shopping for them to actually come. You have to spend like what, $30 I think for them to even like. If it's below that, they won't let you order, because it's got to be worth. Like you can't order like £1 worth of food and then they'll come all the way to your house. Like they're not going to do that. So it's kind of an issue, and I got to pay like at least £26.50, because obviously you also pay the $1.50 delivery fee like every time they come out. I can't afford to do that twice a week, And right now I spend probably about $35 or $40 I think a week on groceries, depending on like different weeks I'll buy different things depending on what I need, but generally speaking I spend about as much as you need to spend, maybe a little bit more a week. And the way I've worked it out now, I'm sorry if this is boring to people. I don't think it would be. I think this is, anyway, I'm sure it's fine. Well, if it's boring, click off the video. I don't know what to tell you. I get like a certain amount of money a month from different family members and stuff. Like my grandparents will give me like £10 a month and stuff like that. And obviously I have my loan. But the way I've worked it out is if I spend £25 a week, which is like, what, £100 a month, I've worked it out where I can actually make a slight profit every month from getting paid. Well, getting paid, I'm not doing any work, am I? But getting paid from my family, and then I don't actually have to cut into my loan at all. So the idea might be at the end of university, I don't have enough money to pay off my loan and have interest. Like I don't have to cut into my loan at all. My loan is solely for food, by the way. The loan that pays for like my accommodation and stuff, that's all like handled already. The money I have left over is only for food, and I don't even need to use any of it. And I'm also, I think I mentioned this a while ago, but I'm getting into like investing, not like, I haven't invested like much money, but you can make like a little bit on the side. So overall, like it's going pretty well. And so I want to be like smart with my money. I don't want to waste it all, on stupid crap like that. And that's like that's not the main reason, but that is a big reason why I don't drink nearly as well, not at all actually. And I don't smoke anymore. I gave all that kind of stuff up because it's really expensive. The cost adds up. I think in the whole first semester of me being at university, I must have spent hundreds of pounds on alcohol and cigarettes and stuff, mostly on alcohol. I didn't smoke that much, and like if you do like drugs and stuff, I'm sure that only like it's just even more money. And I'm not knocking it. I get, like, I kind of am knocking it actually, but like, I get you need to cope, and then whatever gets you through the night, you know, like, I'm not here to tell people what to do, but I'm just saying, like, I would much rather have money and be secure than, I guess, like, yeah, I understand the nihilism and, like, well, you have nothing to lose and you're probably going to be dead in a year anyway, so who cares? Why not just spend all your money on this? And I understand that, but it's my, I'm not telling people what to do. I'm just saying that's not what I'm going to do, you know. And to be honest, in my experience, these people aren't actually, like, doomer people. Like, the people who smoke a lot, drink a lot, you know, let's be blunt about it, like, fuck each other like animals and do drugs and all this kind of stuff, they're not, a lot of the time, they're very sociable people. That's how they get into it. You know, you have this idea, maybe like I do, of like a nihilistic person, probably a man, let's be honest, who just, like, drinks and smokes away all their you know, stress, and that's not really how it goes in my experience. I see, like, a lot, I mean, they are using these substances to curb their stress in a way, but their stress isn't loneliness. Their stress is, like, stress with work or some other crap, and I just can't really relate to that. Like, well, or they couldn't relate to me, I guess I should say, because I can relate to being stressed about work, but my bigger issue is my social issues, I guess. I don't guess, I know for a fact, like, it's what my whole bloody channel is dedicated to. What do I mean, I guess? Anyway, all this to say, I might stop ordering food online. But yeah, point is, I ran out of food basically, and like I said, I'm just trying to rest and get back into the flow of things, so to speak. My sleep is completely fucked up. I mean, that's the whole reason I'm up at 3 a.m. now. It's 2 minutes until 3 a.m. as I'm recording this. You know, it kind of sucks being in the UK, because basically everyone I talk to online, well, everyone I talk to is online, and basically everyone I speak to online is in America, so whenever I speak to them, it's pretty late for me, and, like, that's fine, sort of, but that it results in my sleep cycle being, like, really weird, and, you know, it can just go completely off the deep end. So my plan for the next few days is I'm going to try and fix that. I guess ideally I'd sleep from, like, I don't really have a reason to be up super early. I could sleep from, like, midnight to 8 a.m, because I only need, like, 8 hours of sleep, you know. Anyway, yeah, I went out I went out into sort of town, if you can even call it that. Like, this is a very small town, and the usual 24-hour slop shop that I used to go to, actually, it's not closed technically, but the doors close. I assume because they get, like, burglaries and stuff, and I understand why they close, but, you know, I want to go in there and browse, you know, and I want to get something, and then the doors close, and, like, I don't want to ask the person, like, yeah, you know, some slop, please. Like, what am I even I don't know what I want. I want to look. So I didn't go there. I walked past, it was pretty awkward. There was, like, this old guy standing at the window, and what you're meant to do is you're meant to go up and, like, ask him what you want, and or tell him what you want, and he'll go get it for you. But it's this tiny slit in the window it's meant to fit through. Like, this pizza isn't going to fit through here, right? I kept walking up the street, and they have all these kebab shops. There are so many of these kebab shops in the UK for some reason. I'm pretty sure it's all a front for, like, tax evasion and money laundering, probably. Like, when I passed one that only serves kebabs, not pizzas, and then I went to this other one that did have pizza, because I don't want a kebab. I don't really want a kebab. I thought about, like, not that I would ever do this, but I just thought, like, I could go into the other shop and tell them, like, hey, you guys should serve pizzas, because otherwise those other guys are going to put you out of business. But then I realised, like, they're probably all owned by the same, like, family who are just using it as a front for money laundering, so who cares? Yeah, and I got this pizza. $9.50 for a little 9-inch pizza. It's ridiculous. The state of the economy and stuff. Like, this is what I mean. Like, I can survive by paying £20 or £30 worth of, off that much worth of food, just for myself. Like, I can survive off that for a week. It doesn't mean I'm enjoying myself, but, you know, I think if I ate like that, I would lose a lot of weight pretty quickly. I'm probably not eating enough, quote unquote. I mean, I could do with losing some weight, to be honest. And since Christmas, I've put on quite a bit of weight. I'm not fat or anything, I don't think. Not as fat as I was back in, like, September, let me tell you. When I came to university, I was so slot maxed. And I've lost most of that weight, and I haven't put it back on, but I could still do with losing a bit of weight. I've been thinking about getting back into fitness and stuff, not necessarily, like, building muscle and stuff, but just being fitter generally, because I'm not very fit. My nose is always blocked as well, so I always run out of breath so easily, and it looks like I'm, like, unfit 'cause I'm running out of breath. You know what, the pugs, those dogs, which are, like, their face is, like, flattened basically, and because of this, like, grotesque selective breeding, they can't even, like, breathe properly, and if you've ever been around them, they just go like it's like how they breathe, and it's really like, you know, that's kind of like me. I'm like the human version of that. Like my nose, I don't know what's going on inside my face, but from the outside my nose looks pretty normal, but on the inside I bet it's like a pancake. It's all just, nothing comes out, always blocked. I'm allergic to everything, like pollen, animal hairs, like cat hairs, dog hairs, like dust. I'm allergic to pretty much everything. You know, sometimes my nose gets unblocked and it's just the best feeling ever, but it's the worst feeling ever when it's blocked, and it's usually blocked. So yeah, it was kind of interesting walking down the street, because I was looking around and I was seeing this like stuff around me, like alleys and cars and stuff. Like, it's late, there's not many people out, but I was seeing like buildings. And the thing is that I realized like the only time I ever really come here is to go to a lecture, like in the middle of the day, where I have like my eyes firmly planted on the pavement. I'm not looking around me at all, because I just want to get there and go home. And I mean, like, quite literally go into the lecture hall, record my attendance, then turn around immediately and leave and not even stay, which is a whole subject for another day, topic, and not in another video. Maybe I'll talk about it later in this video, because I can do little snippets now. Although this video looks like it's not even a snippet. I've been recording for like 20 minutes. We'll see. I'll cut it down. We'll see if we can work it out. But the only time, like I said, I go to this part of town is for that purpose, or when I'm drunk, which I haven't gone out drinking, not since I've been back for Christmas, not for a long time. And it was weird, like, because your vision, I don't know if it's like your vision or just the memories, but either way, like how you see your surroundings when you're drunk is completely different to when you're sober. And I was seeing all these buildings and stuff that I usually see when I'm drunk and stumbling around, and I was seeing it when I was sober, and I kind of realized, like, being sober really is so much better than being drunk. You know, it really is. Like, there's nothing wrong with drinking per se, but it's not like, you know, I'm not like strictly legalistic about it. Anyway, I'm going to end it here now because I've kind of run out of things to say, but I'll talk a little bit more later and we'll see what we can do. I won't say that's pretty much it because it's not the end of the video, but yeah, I'll see. For you guys it'll be like a second. For me it will be whenever I decide next to record. Right, see you then. Alright, welcome back. Sorry if I sound tired, but it's because I am, basically, because I've been awake for probably like 20 hours at this point, straight. I'm trying to fix my sleep schedule, because I think like the reason for this rut that I kind of find myself in is mainly because of my sleep. It's kind of funny actually, because history is basically repeating itself, because this exact time, like February last year, my sleep was in tatters as well, and that led to this whole kind of in part anxiety issue that I had last year. And you know, it's not the same. I'm not, you know, anxious now, but I'm just in a rut and I'm not feeling great, and I'm trying to push through, at least get to 6 p.m. tonight. It's like 11, half 11 now, almost 12. And if I can push to 6 p.m, I mean, it's not too long, and I think I could stay up and fix it maybe, but I don't know. I've been trying to fix it for a while now. It feels like I've been trying to fix my sleep my whole life, actually, to be honest with you. But yeah, I haven't been having a great time. I woke up maybe 8 or so, I don't know, last night. And yeah, I didn't mean to fall asleep, you know, I was trying to fix my sleep schedule. But the bed is just so enticing, and you know, I get in there and I start listening to Girlfriend. It's reasons of my own. I listen to what I want to listen to, right? It doesn't, and it, you know, before you know it, you're asleep, right? It's just how it happens. Well, I found myself awake and I was hungry, and this time I was awake a little bit earlier than the other night, so I could go to there's like a chain pizza, I won't call it a restaurant, but like a place in like further into town that I could walk to, and you can get it delivered, but I don't like the tipping thing. And usually the delivery drivers barely speak English. It's like a NASA mission, like trying to land on the moon, trying to get these guys to the correct address and meet them and stuff. Like, try and communicate where you live to someone that barely even speaks English. And I don't like the tipping thing either, really. I'd rather just walk and pick it up, you know. So I was walking down there, and it was like dark, but it wasn't like, you know, the place was still open. I guess it was like 11 maybe, and I was walking up this hill back to where I live, and as I was walking back up, there was this like group of people that passed me on the opposite side of the road. So if you imagine, like, I'm on the pavement one side, or the sidewalk, whatever, and they're on the other side coming opposite direction to me, and as we kind of cross on opposite sides, there is like one guy and at least two guys. I didn't see them, but I could hear it was at least one guy and a couple of girls, at least two, maybe more, and they were walking down talking, loudly, obnoxiously or whatever, and this guy like just shouted out at me, and it happens all the time. Like, I've talked about this before, like some guy started filming me and like laughing at me in this store for no reason. That was at like basically at night as well. Another time, like during the middle of the day, like 11 a.m. In my hometown, I was just walking home back to my mum's house from the store, because I was staying there over Christmas, and this car like drove past, stopped at this red light and flipped me off for literally no reason. I mean, I've talked about this already, and this is just another example. Like, granted, this one probably isn't as bad, but it's still, it's not good. And he just yelled at me, and he was obviously maxing for these girls at my expense, which, like, I mean, obviously it's working, so, and they started giggling, and that's why I say, like, I didn't see them, but I knew there were at least two girls, because I could hear, multiple of them giggling to each other. And it, like, why are you laughing? It's not even funny. He just said the name of the pizza shop I bought the pizza from in an annoying, obnoxious voice. It's not funny, but obviously he's Chad, so everything he says is comedy god. And I didn't see the guy, but I can just imagine he's taller than me and Chad and all this kind of crap. You don't need to see it these days. It's just obvious. And I got home and I recorded an audio when I wasn't so tired, about like fresh from the situation, and I can't I can't put that on the channel. I can't put I gotta watch what I say ever since I got I got that strike, and I said some things that I can't put I can't put that in the video, which reminds me, actually, I've started to keep a diary or a journal. I've started journaling, which you might think for someone like me is kind of pointless, because I already say everything basically in my videos. But the way I see it is, like, in normal day-to-day life, you suppress the aspects of yourself that aren't as socially acceptable, and sometimes for good reason, but you don't say everything that's on your mind. And then I feel like in my videos I'm very honest, and I am just like myself, so I'm not totally unrecognizable to someone who knows me in real life, but at the same time it is like different, like things I wouldn't say in person I say in my videos, And then my diary is like the kind of the opposite of that, and it's like only the things that I suppress I put in there, and it's just an outlet, but I couldn't say the things in my diary or post that, because I would be taken down immediately. Some of the things I say, and I'm not saying like I don't mean the things I say, but I just, it's just an outlet. If any, like, I hate to draw an analogy from this show, because I don't want people thinking like I like this show or whatever, but if you've ever seen that episode of Rick and Morty, I don't like the show, I'm just saying, right? I'm just using this to explain a point. There's this one episode where they go to like some spa or something, and they get like their toxic selves, like, I don't know, purged out of themselves or something, and it's kind of like that, right? And I don't know, like, I don't know, I was just angry at the time, and I'm not really angry anymore. I just don't, it's just further evidence that I shouldn't be going out when I can help it anyway. But I might have to, because I talked about the my online shopping previously, and I was eating the other day, I was having fruit and vegetables and stuff, and the quality was very low. I was eating like carrots, and they had little tubes in them, because obviously there was some pest or parasite that had eaten them and hollowed them out. The strawberries had holes in them from like slugs, I presume, probably. And I was looking at these apples, and they were like bruised. They're called pink lady apples, and it's a weird name, but they're the best type of apples you can get. Like, I like a real ripe kind of, you can really crunch into it and feel the the bite, that apple sound, and that's what you get, the best ones with pink lady apples in my experience, because normal apples or other types of apples, if they have that crunch, which sometimes they don't even have it, after a day or two they go soft, so you need to eat all your apples in a few days. Pink lady apples, no problem. You have them all week, they won't lose the crunch. It's fine. But these ones were bruised, and it was a big bruise. I cut it open, and it went like almost all the way to the core. And they weren't rotten or anything, but I was very, and still am like very like disappointed. I mean, I'm disappointed. I'm shocked. I'm lost for words really, because I've come to expect a certain level of quality, and it wasn't delivered. It wasn't delivered. I was not satisfied, and I would say it added on to an already pretty bad day. I was looking forward to eating these apples, and 4 juicy apples. What's not to love? Well, that they're ruined. It ruins the whole thing. There's no, And I mentioned like some other problems with the online shop. I'm sorry if my voice is like monotone and this is boring, but I'm so tired. I'm partly only recording this just to stop myself falling asleep. I have to break this thing. I have to break this lapse in my schedule. Yeah, so I think I will be going in person, because I need to personally oversee the picking of these apples. Because what I figure they probably do is they have like a warehouse, and they're like, I will send these ones to the store, and whatever poor sod orders online, we'll just send them whatever's left, and I get the kind of the crappy apples, the crap apples, the crapples, if you will. And then to make things even worse, I have a huge pile of washing, like huge pile of washing. Some of it goes back to December, like massive, just piled up at the bottom of my bed. And I've been meaning to get through it, but I have pretty limited like hanging abilities. And like in terms of drying them, like there are machines in the place to dry them, but I don't know how they work, and it costs an extra £2. It costs £2 straight away to wash them, which is ridiculous. And then because why is that a thing? Because I get like inflations and stuff like that, but why does it now cost £2 to do a washing machine thing? You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. I'm thinking about getting a bucket and soap and just doing it by hand from now on, because it will save money. I really, I know I'm talking a lot about money and stuff, but £2 for a fucking thing is ridiculous. And then £2 extra, so that's £4 in total if you want to use the dryer. Well, I thought, sod that, I'm not doing that. I'll just hang them up. But I only have so much space to hang them up, and there's a lot done, and there's a lot to be done in terms of clothing. So I thought, I'll just stick it all in the washer today, right? And this is what I've already done. And I would then get some like washing line, which I don't have, but I'd go and buy some and like hang it up around my room, and then like have them dry like that to create extra space. So that's what I went and did. So I went and bought washing line. I came back with it. This is only a few hours ago, or like an hour ago. And first of all, I had to ask someone where it was. I had to ask like a woman where it was, which I do not enjoy, right? Anyway, I came home with this with these clothing cables, and I tried hanging them up, and first of all I tried cutting it, which is way harder than it sounds, because it's got like these metal wires in it, like it's got the plastic outside and it's got these metal wires, and I was sitting there with like a bread knife and pliers and stuff and scissors, and nothing was working. I took probably 20, like without exaggerating, probably like 10-15 minutes to cut through these, and I finally got through, and I got this length of cable, and I tried sticking it up, and I used blue tack and sellotape, and nothing would work. I'm telling you, like it kept falling down, and I kept tugging on it with my arm to see, like, because the thing is, you've got wet clothes, and because they're wet, they weigh even more than the dry clothes, and so if I can't even tug on it without it falling down, it's certainly not going to hold that weight. And I was putting it like above my bed and stuff. It's like the last thing I need is a bunch of wet clothes falling on me in the middle of the night. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, and it really, like, to be honest, like that really, really annoyed me. Like, it made me really angry. I've noticed I've been getting like angrier at like smaller things, and getting angry like quickly. Like it really, it's like starting to sneak up on me. I don't notice it until it's too late, and I want to get that under control, because the last time I got really angry, even though I'm not proud of this or whatever, but I did break my phone, and that was a whole saga. And part of the reason I only have limited hanging space now for my clothes is because I broke a bunch of stuff. It doesn't matter, right? It's embarrassing to talk about, but whatever. Anyway, yeah, I'm really, really tired. I'm not even hungry, but I'm thinking I'm just going to go try get more food. I've really been slot maxing over the past 2 days, which I think in the name of fixing like my sleep schedule is fine if I can actually fix it, but I just need something to do, because I can't do anything productive because I'm too tired. And even video games, I'm too tired. All I want to do is just literally just lay my head on the pillow and go to sleep. Like I'm recording this with my eyes shut. That's it. And if I just get out the house, like, well, not really house, but if I get out of my apartment, I can at least, I don't know. I guess I can edit this audio down as well. Spend some time. I'll probably upload this today. It's Thursday when I'm recording this, so yeah. I guess if you're listening to this today, if I upload this today, obviously I was able to stay awake. If you're listening to this on like Friday or something, it means I fell asleep. So yeah, Fingers crossed you'll be listening to this on Thursday, or at least I'll upload it on Thursday. Okay, and I want to talk about one last thing before I go. I'm aware this video, apart from what am I even talking about? Apart from the thing where like that guy was like kind of shouting at me, just maxing at my expense. This video wasn't really. This is just kind of a day in the life kind of video, which I'm sure some people will like, but it's fine if you didn't or whatever. I mean, I would be surprised if you were still listening if you didn't. But point being, I want to start making more videos like this, and I want to stop talking about like the videos I'm going to make, because I feel like every other week I'm saying like, well, I want to start doing this, I want to start doing this. I just need to start doing it, you know what I mean? And I've got a few videos planned. Like my next video is going to be out this Monday, so in a few days' time, and I put a lot of effort into this video. I did some research. I did some I don't know, I could call it an interview, but I did some research on this video, and it is a kind of a big deal, and I know it's something that some people have been waiting for, maybe, I don't know. It's a very embarrassing video, to be honest, which, I mean, all of my videos are kind of like that. But yeah, so hope, look forward to that. And last thing I actually wanted to say, that's not even the last thing I wanted to say, but last thing I wanted to say is I've been kind of I've been thinking about buying a like a vinyl player. Now listen, like some other people in my family, like my mum has one, like my cousin has one, I think even my grandparents have one, and not like an old one, that they used to have from way back in the day. Like they get like new ones because it's all the I get it, like it's all the trend, it's hit, kind of, it's very hip and whatever. And like you guys know me, that's not the kind of thing I'm interested in, kind of hippie, the latest trend or whatever. But the thing is, I've been thinking about maybe getting into it, 'cause a few months ago, like maybe 8 months ago or so, or 10 months, I came into possession of a couple of old records, and I was thinking it would be kind of cool to have a way to play them. And I looked it up, and it's only like, about $40-50 for one of these, like a vinyl player. So I'll probably get one of those and see what happens. Well, see what happens. I mean, it'll play music. I don't know what I expect it to do, but it'd be kind of interesting. Maybe I'll put it on my Instagram, at Corey's Corner 9092, if you want to, drop a follow and a like and what have you. Yeah, I mean, that's it for today. I know this is ending on a weird note. I'm not like really depressed or anything. Like I guess I kind of, no, I'm not. I'm just really, really tired. I just literally feel my eyes like falling asleep. Maybe I should do like one of those 72. I can barely handle 24 hours, man. But maybe I should do one of those like 72-hour sleep deprivation challenges. That would be kind of interesting, I guess. Yeah, maybe I will do that just for fun. Yeah, because I know Callum's Corner did one of those, and I know like a YouTuber called Scare Theatre did one, who you guys might know. Maybe, I mean, it's not related to anything I make, but I don't know, it makes for cozy viewing, I think. Maybe some people will like it. Anyway, yeah, I'm just rambling now. That's pretty much it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Love you guys. Bye.